That's a bad journalism.
Do you guys
joke.
remember a song?
Yeah.
Do you remember a song?
I do. Happy birthday.
No, Jeff, don't.
Oh, okay. I remember loads of songs. That are you thinking of one in particular?
Yes.
Okay.
It is from the 1970s.
Don't get excited.
It's by a guy named, I think his name is wait, I'm gonna look it up real quick because the worst thing I could do is
his name is Carr.
I'm so tired.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I was in Las Vegas for a day and a half, and that really takes it out of you.
Right.
Oh my God.
In
Okay,
water.
come on. Oh, I forgot this play. We don't really get like the 4Gs out here. Okay, here it is.
Do
Okay,
you want to plug into the thing?
it's by a guy. No, I don't want to make Kevin Day freak out about copyright. Like I don't want to play a song.
Kevin Dade's been dead for days.
It's by a guy. It's a 1970s song. It's by a guy named Clarence Carter. It's called Strokin.
Yeah. Well.
Oh yeah.
Dave
That was a
Klein
Colombian
has
Strokin
lost his
celebration
goddamn
song.
mind in the front row.
David Klein-
Strokin. Yeah, Strokin's fucking weird, man.
It was
I
a
started-
Colombian
okay, well, here's the thing.
swim team song.
Dave
listen.
Klein, would you please keep your fucking act together?
It was a Colombian.
I've never seen somebody.
I'm dating a young lady 12 years younger than me. There's a lot. She's a Valley girl. There's a lot of things that she like. I can't tell if she. So every Christmas.
Her name is Jordan Peterson.
We watch every Christmas. Right. Every Christmas we've tried. I think we figured out yesterday that we do this every Christmas, but we never remember because we're drunk. We try to watch all the Die Hard movies, and I think it's like Groundhog Day. Like I'm always like, you've never seen Die Hard? No. Like, well, you got to see the sequel. It's really uncomfortable. And I was like, okay, let's watch all of them. Okay, the third one gets kind of amazing because it's so intensely racially aware. And then we always have, but then we started noticing because it's like it comes up and it says resume playing, and it's right at the end. We're like, we've done this before. We've watched all the Die Hards. We always fall asleep before the first Simon Says booby trap in the fountain.
Remember when you and me and Schraub and Chris Tallman tried to watch all the Hellraisers and we fucking just gave up?
Damn, there's 7 of them. There's almost 7 Die Hards now.
For real?
Yeah, there's like 5. Is there 6?
I don't know.
I know there's what you're raising your. Oh, you're holding up the number 5. I thought you were like, can I come up because there's 11 and I got a degree in Die Hard at Columbia. Anyways, so the song's called Smoke. The reason we're listening to true crime podcasts. So there were these all the true crime podcasts like all said the same thing a couple months ago. There was this family. A 17-year-old girl escaped from the family. She called 911, and the cop showed up, and she said, my siblings have been imprisoned for fucking 20 years in our house. It was like, you might remember that. It was like this news item about this family that kept all 13 of their kids like chained to their beds for forever, and some of them were in their 20s because you can't have that many kids without some of them being in their 20s. Like it takes like up to 9 months to make each one. And
you have to lie fallow once every 3 years.
So they just had so they had full grown adults who were like malnourished and anyways, the family's the last name is the Turpins, and we're like, holy shit, what's up with these Turpins? And then I just started, we're feeding the dogs and we're just kind of high, and I'm like, I've been Turpin. And Cody's laughing, and I'm like doing this song. I've been Turpin. Oh yeah, I've been Turpin. And she's like, what is that song? And I'm like, I think it's like, what is it? I've been smoking. I'm smoking. What is that song? And I was like, is it I Believe in Miracles? What is it? It's really called.
You've been
I'm looking
stroking.
For it, and then I find it. It's called Stroken.
This song is
fucking. Like, what is this song? Stroken.
I agree. Before you even play it, this song is fucking strange.
It is so fucking weird for the weirdest reasons because the guy...
Is it about fucking or sucking or stroking or I don't know?
That's part of the twist. Is that... So I don't think I'm allowed to play it. I don't think I...
Play it. Who gives a fuck? Is Stroken going to sue us?
Well, we could always delete it later.
Well, I could... If I assume, like, if I say, like, how about this? Like, I mean,
Play it.
Like, what is it... it costs like $35,000 to like buy like a Sarah Bareilles song.
But we can delete it at any time if we want to. Like,
We could just not put it on the internet.
We can delete it tomorrow before it drops.
It's fine to play it as a live performance in this room.
Right.
That I know.
So
Right.
But if you don't want it to exist forever, we might have to drop it and just
Right, that's
talk about
fair.
it.
Yeah.
I do think it's valuable to just
I think it's important.
But we could bleep it and tell them go online and listen to it online.
Well, I typed...
Because these folks, they can't do that. That would be rude to the show.
Got a lot of like younger people in the audience that, you know, they're like, they have no frame of
Stroking
reference.
to
They
the
don't know what
left.
Here it is. It's
he
like
stroked
already
to
on.
the right at one point.
Yeah, he's...
Stroking is just something that I'll be doing tonight. It goes into...
Stroking, is that something that are we doing tonight? Is that what you said?
More or less. I know he strokes it to the left. I'm pretty
Of
sure
course.
he strokes it to the right.
How could you
because
not?
I'm a Libra, so you got to stroke it to the left and stroke it to the right because I'm
All
about
right.
balance.
The signal's really weak in here. I think I'm gonna bail on the Planet
Play the
Planet.
fucking song.
No,
Harmon.
I'm just said the opposite.
Right.
So if
I'm an
you take the
Aquarius.
opposite point of view, then what you're doing is you're just putting the brakes. Knowing it isn't. I'm not.
Hey, I know it too.
God, if only someone knew I have the lyrics written down. I don't need someone to know them. Okay, so he says.
Well, this is great. We don't have to edit anything.
Right.
And they'll Google it anyway.
So he says
He's the protagonist ostensibly, right?
Yeah. Well,
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, it's not about Dracula. It's, he says I. It's the first person.
Okay,
I
all
don't,
right. Sorry.
he never says in the song, by the way, I've been Dracula this whole time. Oh, no. And quite frankly, actually, toward the end, in a very smart branding move, he has a woman cry out his name many. Oh, okay. It started playing, so whatever.
All right.
Oh, wait. Sorry. Hold on. Sorry.
If you've ever made love just before breakfast.
That's part way into the song. So.
There we go.
When I start making love, I don't just make love, I be stroking. That's what I be doing. I be stroking.
Okay, so I want to stop it there.
Yeah,
when I
fair.
start making love, I don't just make love. I be stroking.
Right.
So now I'm going to ask the question later, what does he think we're going to think he means? And what could he possibly mean if he doesn't mean? And I am the last person to shame him for this because I literally be stroking during making love in a variety of ways. Like I'm very happy to involve self-pleasure in a weird intersectionality with fucking sex is a journey, not a destination.
Right.
You fucking hang out with somebody.
Right.
It's a thing you do for a while,
So
and when it stops, and whoever's stroking is stroking.
You have been. You have been stroking in your own
Whatever,
life.
yeah. I mean, it's like my therapist said to me at one point. She's like, you're going to be in a relationship one day where you're going to feel like masturbating while you're playing a video game, and your girlfriend's going to be in the same building, and you're going to think, I'm going to go find her and make it her problem as a path of least resistance.
I was getting.
And I was like, that's not true. That's not how monogamy ends up working. Like, come on, we tug one out while they're in the shower, and because we don't want to have conversations about blah blah blah. And it's like, no, that's all about shame and all this stuff. It was like, sure enough, I was like, God damn, I'm horny. Knowing that there's no shame in me being able to just fucking start stroking. And Cody can either be fine with that, or it's not about getting caught doing it, trying not to wake them up. It's just dick's hard, stroke, and then because she'll do it too. It's like we'll be watching Superman 2, and she'll be like, ha, and I'll be like, what? Did you fart? And she goes, no, I came. I'm like, you just masturbated? And she's like, yeah, I'm the fucking master. And I'm like, this bitch is amazing, and I'm off the hook forever. Like, that is what you need, is a partner.
During Superman 2, Dick Donner got fired off that movie, and she still came. So she be stroking, you be
So
stroking.
anyways, I'm not judging the guy. I'm just saying, like, the guy, that's what he's leading with. I'm just saying, like...
I think we've already, in the first 3, like, lyrics, we've crossed a threshold into his world.
Right, and it's already weird. Like, he's presenting it as weird. He goes, when I'm making love, I'm not just making love. I'm also stroking. And I'm like, okay.
Maybe he has, oxygen lost to his brain.
Tell me more, Clarence Carter.
I stroke it to the east, and I stroke it to the west, and I stroke it to the woman that I love the best. I be stroking.
That's cool. He's stroking it to her.
This is your rap mentor.
Ask you something.
Okay, now let me ask you something.
What time of the day do you like to make love? Have you ever made love just before breakfast? Have you ever made love while you watch the late show?
Okay, this list better start getting way more fucking adventurous. Because so far you're literally listing the most common times for lovemaking. But guess what? He's just going to run down a list of the laziest ways to make love. But he's chesting up on the listener. There's a couple more items, and he gets increasingly defiant, like, what about this? And every time it gets more common. I just wanted to...
Have you ever made love during a lunar eclipse?
Have you ever made love at Lover's Lane?
Well, let me ask you this. Have you ever made love on a couch? Well, let me ask you this. Have you ever made love on the back seat of a car?
Okay, it's in, not on. Are you the Munsters? On the back seat? Do you drive an Excalibur? Are you on a plow?
This record's called Bucket List.
Bucket list for De Niro's character in Awakenings. Too soon for. Okay.
Have you ever made
Too
love
soon.
catching a tennis ball with your right hand?
Have you ever made love when you were 17 and it was uncontrollable? Has dry humping ever led to making love?
But is he leading to something grander? Dan?
No, he's leading to a segue. And I'm like, what? How did this song become a weird neurotypical challenge?
Because people be
have you ever
stroking.
made love when you're drunk?
What does he imagine? What does he imagine is the other side of that? Are they saying, well, no, that's very cool. Please continue.
I think he imagines he must
like,
be only talking to his parents who are like, it's a 4-poster bed or you're going to hell.
Or are they like saying, yeah, I have? And he's like, well, what about in the back seat of a car? And he's like, yeah, I have. And they're like, well, what about on the moon?
Well,
you know.
I think that's what it is. I think he's because he's about to tell a story about the back seat. It's like a segue.
Well, it just seems like very much like bragging
And
so
I think
far.
he didn't want to leap into.
No, he takes it to the bridge. He's like I'm going to walk you into my world where, hey, look, there's different ways.
Sometimes you're in the backseat of a car. This story takes place in the backseat of a car because police are about to be involved, and I don't want you to picture them coming into my bedroom. And so, yes, I was in the backseat of a car, and in case you're going to be thrown by that.
A police car?
No, he wasn't in a police car.
Sorry.
I'm just saying.
It's fine.
I'm just thinking like, oh, he's just setting. He's inviting us into
Yeah.
into like, have you? Hey. He's like being like Kinsey. You know, he's going like, hey, how fucking straight are you, man? When it comes to locations and times where you're making love, you make love all over the place, don't you? Including the backseat of the car.
Yeah.
Okay, so fade in on me.
He's saying, are you freaky? But he's saying, look, I'm not even that freaky. I make love sometimes before breakfast. I make sometimes during the late show.
Right.
Sometimes on a couch. Sometimes in the back of a car. I'm kind of walking you into my world,
Right.
where I'm a regular person.
Right.
Where,
So okay.
yeah.
So
and I'd be stroking on regular things.
when
Right.
when you
He'd be
find out the
stroking.
payoff, you're going to be like, well, why was that plank necessary? Why couldn't you just jump into a pool this shallow?
Because it's called verse chorus bridge, where they take it to another place and they walk you into across the threshold.
But I will note this song is breaking all the rules right away because the only other song that does this to my glee is Eric Clapton's "It's in the Way That You Use It." Like you notice, it just starts. It's like boom, hey, make it loud. I've been stroking. Like he doesn't even like. There's no verse. It's not like I'm going to tell you about the wild thing for a while and then wild thing. It's like he kind of like gets into it. Anyways, okay,
take us to the bridge. Take us to the bridge.
All right, here we go.
If I can, Mazio, take us to the bridge.
I remember one time I made love on the backseat of a car.
Sure.
And the police came and shined his light on me, and I said, I'm stroking.
Okay, so I just want to speak on behalf of the police there in that situation and say, still the same charges apply, sir. I don't know if you're speaking in terms of legal jurisprudence, but our job is to put your dick back in your pants because your car is a place where police can see it.
But when he goes to court, I guarantee you his defense is going to be define what stroking is.
And that's the twist that's coming. And it's coming unintentionally. Because I don't know if it's intentional. I don't think it's intentional because there's another twist in the song that is intentional. The one that's unintentional is that he finally will use stroken as a verb with a subject. I don't know if it's the correct term, as object or subject, but that he'll say what he's stroking. And I'm like, oh, you should lead with that or not be confused about the ambiguous response.
Yeah,
to
because
this.
Chuck Berry would open with whatever he was stroking.
That then he can play the game of like, I've got a little bell and I call it a ding-a-ling. Now let's play fucking salted nuts or whatever the SNL sketch is. Not comedically sophisticated, that sketch. Oh, he's back for an 8th time. Salty balls. What the fuck? This is like a 1950s joke. Okay.
So, just to me, that line that we just heard changes the meaning of the past lines because he's saying all this stuff and it sounds braggartly. But now he's telling this story, and so it recontextualizes the early lines such that it sounds like he's trying to come up with a way to relate to you. He's like, oh, you ever have sex on a couch? No. Well, what about in the backseat of the car? Okay. Well, I was having sex on the backseat of the car.
Yeah.
And a guy came up. And so remember how I said earlier that I was stroking? Well, that was just like this one time while I was having sex in the back of the car, and this guy comes up to me. And he says, what are you doing? I've been stroking, and now he's about to continue to explain this to us.
Yeah, it's also notable, though, that I don't think the cop said, what are you doing? I think he just shines the light and he goes, I'm stroking!
Guilty conscious.
Can you go back and play that previous line?
Okay.
Because I think it's important that we go back and recontextualize
because this guy is endeavoring to explain something serious.
well, let me ask you this. Have you ever made love on the backseat of a car? I remember one time I made love on the backseat of a car, and the police came and shined his light on me, and I said, I'm stroking.
All right.
That's what I'm doing. I be stroking. I stroke it to the east, and I stroke it to the west.
By the way, ouch.
Stroke it to the woman that I love the best. I be stroking.
I'm not sure my dick has an east and a west.
Okay.
Let me ask you something. How long has it been since you made love? Huh?
It's important to find out.
Did you make love
To explain
yesterday?
this next part.
I don't remember this part.
Did you make love last week?
He needs to get a baseline.
Are you making love tomorrow?
It's important for this next part I'm about to explain.
Or maybe it might be that you planning on making love
Uh-oh.
tonight. But just remember, when you start making love, you make it hard, long, soft, short, and be stroking.
Okay.
Okay.
That seemed like a stall beat. That was just like,
He said make it hard, long, soft, and short?
yeah. Make it paradoxical is his point. Like, sex should be fucking
Yeah.
challenging.
Make it the...
I love the best.
But here comes the thing that I consider a twist. It's going to be really subtle, and I'll have to, like, so, okay.
Now, when I start making love to my woman, I don't stop until I know she's satisfied.
Satisfied.
And I can always tell when she gets satisfied. Because when she gets satisfied, she starts calling my name. She said, Clarence Carter, Clarence Carter, Clarence Carter, Clarence Carter.
Last call?
Shit.
That's smart branding.
The other night, I was stroking my woman.
Okay. The other night I was stroking my woman.
Okay, so now he's
So he
stroking-
was never talking about his cock.
Yeah, he's talking about.
He's talking about being sensual. So now it makes sense that the cops come up and shine the light and he goes, I'm fucking stroking, man. I have a civil right to do so.
It's a stroke. Like, he's
I'm
talking
fucking
about,
touching someone's skin in a way that, and to the
No,
east and the west.
he's talking about putting. He's talking about the stroke of the in and out of the dick. Of
He
the
just
thing.
said stroking my woman. Or are you saying you could use that and and it becomes kind
I
of like
think that's what-
stroking my woman like means penetrating her?
I think he's talking about fucking.
Well, and I would say also in contrast to my theory there, where I was like, oh wait, the joke's on me for thinking he was talking about stroking his penis. But he in his refrain he says, I stroke it to the woman that I like best, which means not. It means what are you stroking when you're stroking to something? You can't be stroking a piano to.
Yeah, it's not it's not an intransitive verb.
So all right, well, but I thought that was the twist, but his twist is just profane.
And it got so good to her. You know what she told me? Let me tell you what she told me. She said, stroke it, Clarence Carter, but don't stroke so fast. If my stuff ain't tight enough, you can stick it up my... I be stroking.
Okay, well,
Damn. Is that a problem she was anticipating?
the defense rests.
Yeah,
I mean, the case closed.
if it's not,
He's talking about fucking her pussy, and then he goes, "Oh, also if her stuff is too tight."
if it's too tight,
I'm
how is
gonna-
your ass looser?
But then,
what kind of woman are you bringing home with you, Clarence Carter? If my vagina's too tight, there's always my ass.
But then he chooses that moment to get demure and not say the word ass.
I know. Well, because that's the one thing that I'm thinking, like, you know what she said to me? Like, he just sings the rest of it and then he finishes the song. But like, he might be thinking like, you know what? And then I stopped dating her because I'm not doing that.
Well,
I be stroking. I mean, like a neck rub. Like I like to cuddle. But that's not the case. Anyways, well, that's the song, Stroken by...
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just good that when he gave that story, it's good that he found out how often we have sex and whether or not we've done it on a couch. Otherwise, how could we possibly have understood that when her stuff is too tight, we could do it there?
You know what it's called?
It wouldn't make any sense with all that buildup.
It's called accusing the accuser. Oh, when was the last time you had sex on a couch?
Right. I didn't say you weren't stroking, buddy.
oh, really? When was the last time you had sex? Was it last
I'm
week?
not saying you didn't.
Was it last night?
I did. That's not relevant.
How is that a way to respond to police shining a light on you?
I
guess he's saying, like, you got a fucking problem? I'm stroking. Like, it's just him being defiant. He's going, like, why don't you take a picture? It'll last longer. I'm fucking stroking. I'm not stealing. I'm not fucking...
But
I'm not violating a free speech zone.
You very understandably took it to a place where if a guy starts talking about I be stroking, it sounds like he's masturbating. It turns out, no, he wants anal sex and is not getting it because the police are on his fucking ass.
But also, like, is he just describing? He's just describing when I'm making love. It's not just making love.
Right.
I have a special name for it.
Oh yeah, that's
because
not a knife.
I do it differently. I do it better.
What is your special name, Dan? Please.
I call it Stroken. So I'm not going to call it making love because you're a fucking plebe, okay? You make love like a fucking barn animal or a priest. I'm a fucking hero when I make love. I'm a trademarkable fucking like branded.
Wait, sir.
What?
I'm shining my light on you.
I'm stroking.
Why is there a why is there a compass on your penis right now?
Well.
I have to ask this as a police officer.
And I have to answer as a stroker.
All right.
And by asking
Why
that
is
question,
there a
you've already answered some of my questions that I'll be asking later.
Why is
First,
there a
number one, have
compass?
you ever stroked? Because you clearly
I've never
haven't.
seen a compass. I've seen loads
Yeah.
of things in my 15 years as
Hey,
a law enforcement
ask
officer.
this guy if he's ever done it on a couch. Hey.
Thank you, Emily. I will. Officer,
Yes.
have you ever made love?
Hey, this will come into play
Of course.
later.
What time have you made
Answer
love?
my question.
Answer mine. I pay your salary.
Hey.
What time have you made love?
Ask him if he's planning on making love
Before
tonight.
breakfast? Have you made love before breakfast?
Of course, before breakfast.
Okay, well, let me ask you this.
All right.
Have you done it during the late show?
Why, sir, why is there a compass on your penis?
Hit him with it.
Because I stroke it to the east.
Oh.
I stroke it to the west.
Okay, so you can tell.
And I stroke it to the woman that I love best.
Okay, I'm
and
not
that's
asking,
what your flashlight is
I'm not
fucking
saying
penetrating.
you're a bad person. I'm saying that this is a residential community where there are strict rules about people making love in their automobiles.
Oh, well, do people live here?
Yes.
Well, do they live? Or do I live?
Okay, wait, now.
And am I not more alive than them?
Who are you, fucking Camus? Wait, I'm a fucking law officer.
No, never heard of him. Too busy stroking.
Well,
Dropped out of high school to stroke.
Wait,
No law against
You're stroking. You're stroking what?
The woman to her and also her.
But that's not how verbs work. You can't stroke
it
two.
is if you
We
stroke.
didn't
It is if
ask
you stroke.
enough leading questions.
I need to get
wanna know
parity here.
how do you put a compass on your dick in the first place? And you're so bad at geography that you can't just look at the moon and know when you're fucking to the east or the west. That you have to have a
what kind of
compass
pagan
on your
shit
dick.
is this? You know, if you're
The
going to
fucking
arrest me,
moon's
am I
right
under
there.
arrest? Am I under arrest?
No, you are not.
Thank you.
You are not being detained. You
Okay,
are not
because
being detained.
everything you say right now can be used against you. I
All
got
right.
your badge number.
Step
You're
out-
talking about moon fucking?
Step out of the car. Step out of the car.
Gladly. All right.
Step out of the car.
Well, you
You
might want
step
to
into
step
the
to the
car.
west a little bit.
Why is
Because
that?
I was on that stroke when you fucking interrupted me with your fascist
Are
fucking...
you about to be stroking me?
Well, no, I'm just saying, I'm
Sir,
mid-stroke and I was...
Sir, if you threaten to stroke an officer, but that's
I'm not gonna
6
stroke
months.
you. I stroke the people I love best, and I fucking I am.
Who might fucking chop liver? You don't love me at all?
I'm cooperating here. I'm cooperating.
There's nobody around. There's nobody around.
Oh, that's
I'm
weird. Then
here.
why is it against the law for me to stroke? So you caused the problem.
I don't understand. Nobody knows why you stroke. It sounds like you're jerking off.
Did you seek me out because you had stroking questions? Mine are like I was minding my own business. You know,
Mm-hmm.
maybe I've made love every way you could possibly do it, and I want to fucking find out if there's better ways to do it. I asked you some questions. I already know you've never stroked. Maybe I don't know what you call it, sir. I throw myself on your mercy. Emily, will you tell him that this is voluntary, consensual, so we can just get in the front seat of the car?
Oh, so she has to tell me it's consensual?
What?
She has to tell me it's consensual. You're going to make her tell me that the stroking was consensual the whole time?
No, I'm not gonna make her do anything. I'm gonna stroke to her while she talks to you.
Nobody knows what that means. It sounds horrible. It sounds like an awful thing.
Stroking sounds awful. Yeah. This fucking police state. It's like we're through the looking glass, man.
All right.
Stroking's bad, but you
All
know
right.
it's not Vietnam.
Don't tread
Vietnam's
on me.
great.
Put your hands on the car. Put your hands on the
all
hood.
right. You know what?
Put your hands
I'm
on the
not
hood.
resisting.
Put your hands on the hood.
I am not resisting
Give me
arrest.
give me your right hand
My
and
name
put it
is
behind your
Clarence Carter. I'm stroking.
Give me your right hand. Give me your right hand. No, not your right. Your right.
My east hand?
Yes. Now put your west hand back there.
Okay.
He needs
And
that.
I'm gonna put the cuffs on you, sir.
All right.
And I'm gonna be stroking.
Whoa!
I'm stroking to the north, stroking
Abi.
to the south, stroking to your butt, and stroking to your mouth. I be stroking.
Whoa!
Oh yeah.
Are you stroking
Yes.
to the north
Yeah.
and south?
Huh? Yeah. And also, who's going to believe you? There's no witnesses.
I'm right. I'm
Look,
here still.
all I needed to know was that you stroked.
I
brother.
stroked to the north and the south.
Fantastic.
You stroked to the east and the west. That's why I was freaked out. I walk up in a car, I see somebody stroking east and west, and that's confusing to me.
Right.
I'm a north-south stroker.
I get it now. What's your ethnic background? Can I add? Like, are you Norwegian?
I'm Portuguese.
It makes sense then,
Yes.
because it goes by ley lines.
Portuguese,
I've heard.
yeah. My family's from the Azores, and we're right on
That
the.
makes total sense. Like, I'm not trying to be racist. I'm
Okay,
African
okay.
American myself,
look,
but what I've been told
I'm-
is that there's different. It goes by like magnetic ley lines.
Okay, I'm gonna uncuff you.
Thank you so
I'll
much.
just give you a warning on this one.
Okay.
Keep it to the north and south next time if you're gonna be stroking.
Well, okay. I mean, I don't see why that. I'm not gonna. You know what? I'm not gonna.
What?
I don't understand why that has to be a rule just because that's how you stroke. Like,
Who strokes east and west? Like you want to go like up and down. North and south seems like the more
No, you'd be
logical way to stroke
stroking.
it.
Huh. I get it now. I get what it's like to be pontificated to about stroking.
Can I be honest with you? Can I give you one secret?
Yeah.
And I look. Can we walk away from the car so your Emily doesn't hear us? I've never actually had sex before breakfast.
Oh. Well, it's like a bingo card. Eventually, everybody fills it. It's not about like what I'm trying to impart when I was grilling you about that.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't like, oh, do you do it like right? I was just saying like can we share the fact that we've stroked? All right. Anyways, all right. You know, sorry.
Okay, I'll let you go with a warning. Get out of here. Drive home safely, and look. I got to tell you, like, if I ever see you up here again, keep it rolling, move along.
Okay.
Because I have a job to do. You got a job to do.
All right,
what do you do? What how do you make a living?
I'm a motivational speaker.
Really?
Yeah, mostly colleges and stuff like.
Because I suffer from severe depression, and
Let me ask you this. Well, I already know the answer to what I was going to ask.
Well, don't diminish me by thinking that you already know the answers to my.
Well, when I eat,
right.
if you like when I eat, I don't just eat.
Because you've already had sex. Because
I be gluten.
You eat gluten.
Yeah, I be gluten.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I glute to the east. I go to. Let me ask you: when you eat, do you ever eat before breakfast?
Wait. I do eat on the couch.
Yeah, you might have like a celiac allergy.
The only time I'm ever happy is eating on the couch.
Yeah, and it's probably a bread-related product, refined flour, all that stuff. Yeah,
I be gluten.
You be gluten.
Yeah.
Well, then, yeah, is that me too?
Tell him about the time you were gluten on the back seat of the car.
Emily!
And that cop came up.